Hi, my name's Mike Belliveau, and this is my story. I was born in New Hampshire and spent 16 years of my life there. My dad was physically, verbally abusive. It was really difficult because you'll constantly live in fear of what's going to happen next, and you feel like a failure constantly because you're always told that I was a problem. At the age of 13, I became severely depressed and would constantly beg God to let me die, and would a lot of times cut my arm or try to push a knife into my chest. I literally had no desire to live anymore. Suicide looks like a good option because at least if you aren't here anymore, then there's an escape and some kind of relief. I started having seizures when I was 18. I went to go visit my dad, and while I was there, I suddenly had a grand mal seizure and went to the hospital, and my whole body had contracted so much I couldn't walk for 2 days. After talking to a lot of doctors, the best that we've been able to come up with is high stress inducing the seizure. We still never know with my dad, how it's gonna be, what conversations are gonna come up, and how he's gonna react when you tell him anything. After my seizure, I was stuck at home. So what I did was I went onto Facebook and I found myself watching a video of a preacher talking about Christ and how he died for my sins, and made the decision to put my faith and trust in Jesus. And my life literally completely changed that day. I ended up moving to Philadelphia. My relationship with God was really good. I was in a really good place, emotionally and everything, and decided to look into getting a master's degree in counseling. And I'm driving back home from this interview, and all of a sudden I hit something, and I'm not even sure what it is, but my windshield cracks and blood splatters through, and realized that I had hit somebody who was highly intoxicated. And even though I wasn't at fault, it literally changed my life once again completely. The only way again to escape is suicide. So I drank poison, and my friend, he decided to check up on me, got someone to open the apartment door and took me to the hospital. It was a waiting game to see whether I would make it or not. So after the poison, I was at work, and I met Natasha, and I had already been thinking about kind of looking for, a church and everything already, to get spiritually, connected. And she invited me to young adults group and seemed to be welcomed immediately. And so I started getting plugged in to different groups and made a lot of friends. Bethel has really impacted my life in that it's really strengthened my faith, revitalized it, and it's also helped me to have support for everyday life in my walk with God, not just from a spiritual, but from an emotional standpoint. It's literally life-changing and the best experience that you'll find at any church. Yeah, how do you say it's literally been the best thing in your life over the last